Where are we putting that lemon?
Where do you think?
In my butt cheeks?
Oh my God.
Is that right? You got it in there.
Mom give you lemons, you put them between your butt cheeks.
Oh, David Ross. This is what it's come to. This is what it's come to. No shot, Layla. No shot.
I guess we'll just continue with the rest of the show.
No lemons.
Let's go no huddle. So Grandpa Rossi got some good advice because he's moving on to the finals of Dancing with the Stars as we pay our homage to David Ross.
His former team, the world champs, back at the friendly confines tonight for 10 games of home cooking, and Ian Happ will make his Clark and Addison debut tonight.
Where'd the lemon go? First there were Rizzos, and now there's a Grandpa Rossi crunch. Everything's coming up Rossi right now. So, of course, John Lester had to get one in on his battery mate. New easy-to-chew formula. I
hope that's not lemon-flavored cereal, I'll tell you that. Jose Abreu went deep last night to give the White Sox a 2-0 lead in Anaheim, his 6th home run this season. All on the road. Unfortunately, it was not enough. The White Sox lost to the Angels 5-3. And that takes us to our puncher's note of the night. Frank Thomas hit 448 of his 521 career homers with the White Sox, but he didn't play his entire career with the Sox. So Abreu's 97 are the most by a player who has only played for the White Sox. Ron Karkovice next at 96, Diane Viciedo third. Of course, this is a fluid list because of free agency and trades. Now, Brady, of course, still one of those guys as well that you have to stop what you're doing when he comes to the plate. Maybe Yohan Moncada will be at the top of that list someday soon.
Until then, we wait. Time for our Lexus must-see video experience amazing. How about a little Ric Flair?
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. Woo, woo.
That never gets old. So the Nature Boy showed his love or woo to the Boston Celtics, congratulating them and then informing them that they were going to get swept by the Cavs. You could call that a heel turn of sorts. You know what I'm talking about, y'all.
Is this a coincidence, or is LeBron taking part in Trolling Tuesday? The day after the Celtics advanced to face his Cavs in the Eastern Conference Final, LeBron wearing a Fighting Irish shirt? I'm going to say it's nothing.
It's his old high school.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Hey, guy, guess what? Do one thing, man. Let your kids play. Guess what? You suck.
Leave it to noted word economist Dennis Rodman to summarize what a lot of people think about Lonzo Ball's dad, LeVar. You know, the guy with the $500 shoes who embodies helicopter parents. He said, "You suck." Well played, Dennis Rodman. Well played.
Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer Chad Smith loves his Michigan Wolverines, so during their concert in Columbus, Ohio, he left his Michigan logo drum set and sang the Michigan fight song to all the Ohio State fans in the audience. Now that is Trolling Tuesday.
There was so much booing. So there was this bike race in Ireland, and the peloton is going down the road, and this beautiful horse joins in. He wanted to race, man. He just wanted to race. He nearly caused a catastrophe. Horse seemed to hold his own, though. Can we get into Pimlico? That's coming up.
You thought your friends were weird? How about this guy cheering on cyclists racing in the Tour of California? He's running in his drawers with red shoes, an American flag, and a cardboard cutout of a chocolate chip cookie. I'm not sure this is must-see, but it's definitely something.
Yeah.
Big 3-1. There's a swing and a drive, deep right center. That ball carrying. Tie game! Koske has done it! A fly ball to right. Bruce going back. Starlin Castro! A 3-run homer. High and deep. Right center field. Javier Baez with a home run. Ian Happ deep to right. It is gone. First major league hit. First major league home run.
Oh, we love have a good debut. Ian Happ making his Wrigley Field debut tonight with the wind blowing straight out. Third big league game, and Joe Madden has Happ batting in the cleanup spot tonight against the Reds. He's also playing center field, where he has started just 7 games in the minor leagues. Chris Bryant is back after being sick over the weekend, and he is starting in right field. That brings us to our live fan poll. Who will be the Cubs' key performer tonight against the Reds at Wrigley Field? Go to csnchicago.com/vote.
Yeah, so your choices are Chris Bryant, Wilson Contreras, Happ, Rizzo, or Schwarber. That said, we bring in Len Casper from Wrigley. And Len, we were asking our viewers who they think will be the Cubs' key performer. It's a pick to click. Who would you take?
Do I have to go with the 3 on the board? Or
You
can
do
I...
not.
No.
You can totally go rogue here.
Well, I'll tell you who it could be is John Lackey, which sounds weird because the wind is blowing out, but it may be the starting pitcher that outlasts the other. This has the feel of a 16-14 game, which means it'll probably be 2-1. John coming off his best start, maybe as a Cub in his last start in Denver. So good matchup on the mound. I'm going to go with the starter tonight.
Yeah, you never know what to expect at Wrigley. Len, I heard Mark DeRosa on with Waddle and Sylvie today on the radio. He's not a big fan of Schwarber leading off. Fans seem divided on the topic. What's your take on Schwarber in the leadoff spot? What do you think?
Well, the Cubs don't really have a Dexter Fowler type hitter, a guy who gets on base a lot and can steal some bases. Ben Zobrist might be a possibility, although Joe likes him in the middle of the lineup. I think Jason Hayward's kind of an intriguing idea, but he's on the DL right now. So for me, when you look at this lineup, I don't know if it really matters who hits leadoff. When Schwarber gets going, you just want to get him as many plate appearances as possible. Anthony Rizzo almost led off a game recently, as Joe had pondered maybe flip-flopping those 2 guys for 1 game. So I think Kyle is close. He did square up some balls. They were for outs in St. Louis, and it feels like he's just not getting his pitch to hit right now.
So you mentioned John Lackey earlier, Len, and this is a fun pitching matchup tonight if you appreciate being over, say, 35. When you've got John Lackey against Bronson Arroyo. Lackey 38, Arroyo is 40. And they've both enjoyed success this year. Arroyo particularly noted as well.
He's been a lot better, Layla, lately. Got off to a very tough start, but I talked to his manager today, Brian Price. He feels like the elbow's in good shape, and he said he's getting closer to the guy we saw in 2013 before he headed off to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Thought he pitched pretty well against the Cubs in his last start against the Cubs in Cincinnati. So, yeah, this is always kind of a fun veteran matchup when these 2 guys take the ball.
Okay, Len, now I'm told you were at the Boston version of the Hot Stove Cool music deal on stage where the World Series trophy was a little dinged up, crowd surfing. 2 questions. Have you ever crowd surfed, and are there any surfing restrictions now coming for the Chicago version of this great event in June?
I have not crowd surfed. I had a front row seat for Theo, Eddie Vedder, and the trophy. And it wouldn't surprise me a bit if the trophy makes another trip. It's kind of the point of having the World Series trophy, is that a lot of people get their hands on it. Hopefully the Chicago crowd's a little nicer to the trophy than the fans were in Boston.
You can't blame people for having a good time in the crowd, that's for sure. We look forward to the guitar work, and until then, we look forward to your play-by-play on the call tonight. Len, thank you.
Thanks.
You gotta be taping me.
Oh, thank you, Hawk. Put this up on the board for worst own goal in sports history. Italy taking on Denmark in the IIHF World Championship. The Italians pull their goalie. Alexander Egger puts it into his old net, and former Blackhawk Peter Regan credited with the goal.
Yikes. USA Hockey taking on Russia Tuesday in the IIHF World Championship in Germany. Forgive my laughing at the countries. Second period, United States down 3-2. Kevin Hayes gets a nice feed and pulls the Americans even. Same score in the third period. The U.S. on the power play. Notre Dame alum Anders Lee tips in the shot to give the Americans the lead. Team USA wins 5-3, advancing to the quarterfinals on Thursday.
Back to the friendly confines where Kyle Schwarber was once again asked about batting leadoff. Schwarbs didn't hesitate in his response. You're going to hear that next. Plus, Ian Happ ready to make his Wrigley Field debut tonight. He talked about what he's looking forward to most. And it's Judgment Day. Yankees slugger Aaron Judge hits the streets of New York. The result was late night TV gold. It's next. You're in the loop.
This program on CSN is brought to you by Weber Sauces and Seasonings. For the best grilled taste, go to the expert, Weber Sauces and Seasonings. Call grilling flavor up to the bigs.
Taylor, are you going to do the ranch or do you want the green one? Do you want the green one? There's a tomato.
There's a lot of salad dressing out there that's full of not dressing. So why buy dressing from the dressing aisle? You'll find Lighthouse dressing in the produce section, where real dressing should be. Lighthouse. See the light.
The legends of tennis are coming to Chicago with the Power Share Series. John McEnroe, Andy Roddick, Jim Courier, and Mark Philippoussis compete in a unique one-night tournament. May 17th at UIC Pavilion. Timeless tennis mastery on full display with a twist. On the Power Share Series, these legends call their own lines. For tickets and VIP packages, go to PowershareSeries.com or Ticketmaster.com and be part of the excitement May 17th at UIC Pavilion.
We're putting the pedal to the metal on big savings. Get the Schaumburg Kia during our Rohrman 510 event.
Summer is on us. Make no payments until October 2017 on select new Kia models.
Be sure to see us before you buy.
Bob Rohrman.
Bob Rohrman, Schaumburg Kia, just west of the Woodfield Mall on Gulf Road, Schaumburg.
Your old heating and cooling system is costing you money. Our preseason air conditioner sale is going on now. Get a free in-home estimate plus same-day installation of a new Lennox air conditioner from $24.95. Furnace and AC combos from $36.95. And receive 0% interest financing for 5 years. Plus, we'll beat any competitor's estimate by up to $500. Call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4-SEASONS.
Well, after a big storm last night, the sun came out at House Hall this morning. This pic tweeted out by Kyle Long as he was probably getting ready for workouts. Somewhere I can hear our guy, Gas Money Bob, saying, yeah, but it's not bear weather.
Our CSN Bears insider John Moon Mullen spoke with 2 AFC scouts who not only believe that Mitchell Trubisky was worth trading up to that number 2 pick, but perhaps more than that. The scouts revealed to Moon that they had the highest grade on Trubisky that they had on any quarterback over the last 6 years. Don't believe us? Read it right now at csnchicago.com. It is one of our most read stories for a reason.
Very interesting. Turn back the clock Tuesday. How about swung on, belted? 16 years ago today, Sammy Sosa ripped his 400th career home run on May 16th, 2001, number 400, coming off of Houston's Shane Reynolds at Wrigley Field. So from Slammin' Sammy to the great Schwarbino, who's still trying to get on track this season and is still batting leadoff for Joe Madden.
Schwarber has a .320 on-base percentage when he is leading off in the Cubs lineup, and here's what he had to say about the role.
The leadoff spot's fine. You know, everyone keeps asking me the question about the leadoff spot, and it doesn't bother me at all. So, you know, I'm going to go up there with my same approach and same mentality, and you know, go hit the ball hard.
This is a game where, you know, you're going to have great ups and terrible downs. So it's really how you handle all of it and stay even keeled and know that, you know, you got to stick with what you're doing and believe in yourself.
Now let's go back out to Wrigley to bring in our Cubs reporter Kelly Kroll, who tells us what we need to know tonight as the Cubs begin their series with the Reds. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Layla. Well, the first thing you guys need to know, we finally have legit baseball weather, and maybe with the warm-up, we'll see the Cubs bats heat up a little bit. But as you mentioned, Ian Happ making his Wrigley debut tonight, hitting cleanup, playing in center field. He went 3 for 7 with a home run and a couple RBI in 2 games in St. Louis. And one thing's for sure, he is going to soak up a very special moment here at the Friendly Confines tonight.
I think just getting out into the outfield, kind of being around the bleachers and kind of just seeing the fans and their reaction, and then getting up to the plate will be fun too. Just hearing the name announced in Wrigley Field should be pretty special.
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, he's ready out of, you know, spring training. Just the camp he put on and the bats, and, you know, coming into, you know, that series. I mean, he's unbelievable. So I hope he's here to stay.
And with the sunshine, sandcastles, of course, at Wrigley Field. Check out this incredible sculpture promoting the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, of course, the Cubs Class A affiliate. Another great picture opportunity for fans at the park at Wrigley today. And guys, one other thing that those fans who maybe got here early enough to take a picture with the sand sculpture, they got these great replica matting glasses, and I have a lot more of appreciation for the bone structure in the Skipper because we can't all make these look good, you know what I'm saying? But pretty cool for the first 10,000 fans in here tonight. And one other thing you got to know is that Theo Epstein held court with the media guys for about 20 minutes tonight, just talking about the overall state of affair with this team, and he tongue-in-cheek let us know they will not be selling and they will not be sending down their everyday players, hint, hint, Schwarber, to AAA anytime soon. So, and as far as Ian Happ goes, it wasn't supposed to be a long-term stay, but with the way things are going up here, if he continues on this streak, he's certainly made the decision hard for them. What do you think, guys? Should I wear these from now on? Looking good?
Very studious. I would go with that for the in-game live hit. I would put the glasses on.
I think they're cool, and they're a little hipster too, you know? You pull them off.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I've never thought about the hipster look for myself, but I'll stick with it. Why not?
You can make it work, Kelly. We appreciate the time. Thanks.
Hipster Kelly Crow. Thank you very much. Rookie phenom Aaron Judge is making a huge impact on the field, so naturally he took his talents and charisma to the streets of New York City.
I love it when the Yankees do this. So Judge asked Yankees fans what they think about Aaron Judge. This happened with Matt Harvey a few years ago, and naturally some of them didn't realize they were talking to the actual Aaron Judge.
Big Money Mike, favorite player so far this year? Who do you got?
Probably Brett Gardner.
Brett Gardner?
Yeah.
Guardy.
Ellsbury. I like Ellsbury.
Ellsbury.
Aaron Judge is tremendous to watch.
You know, so far I think he has about 13 home runs.
Yeah.
What do you think he'll finish with?
40.
40?
Yeah. He can't keep up this pace, I don't think. I mean,
I think he can, though.
If he goes to 60, great.
He's a pretty big dude. You know,
Yeah.
how much do you think he benches?
Maybe 350, 400.
400?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. He's got a picture right there.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a superstar.
People say, you know, I kind of look like him, but, you know,
A little bit.
A little
I
bit?
can see it.
You can see it?
Freckles.
The freckles, the gap.
If you put the Yankee hat on.
What do you think?
Kind of look like it.
Yeah?
That's crazy.
He's on the cover of the next Sports Illustrated. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, because you're going to a desk to talk to an unusually large person who isn't Aaron Judge?
I mean, it should be pretty obvious, but maybe the camera lights shocked him a little bit. It's like beer money. They don't know what to say.
Props to Aaron Judge. He did a pretty nice job.
Really
if he
good.
had stood up, it would have been painfully obvious.
I like when he took the glasses off.
Glasses are the theme of this segment. That said, Kosuke Fukudome arrived at Wrigley Field with a lot of fanfare, and boy did he debut in style. So did Anthony Rizzo. We're going into the archives for some notable Wrigley Cubs debuts. You are in the loop.
Jose Altuve is like a great player with a major energy upgrade.
I could use a major energy upgrade.
Then upgrade to extra strength 5-hour energy. It's fast, powerful, just the right size, like me.
But if you're here, how are you also out there?
I'm pretty good.
Upgrade to extra strength 5-hour energy, official partner of the MLB All-Star Game.
Hack that.
Just like we practiced.
Okay, we can get started.
Thanks. That was fun.
Nicely done.
During the Start Your Own Legacy Spring event, lease or finance the all-wheel drive Infiniti QX60 plus spring bonus at your local Infiniti retailer.
Your official Rolex jeweler is James & Sons in Chicago, Orland Park, and Cherville.
2 dedicated hero cops. Vince, Abel. 1 life-saving mission. Out to prove no one is. They're keeping the streets safe and their conscience clean. Cracking down on unbuckled drivers and passengers. Even in the back seat. Click it or ticket. No one is.
Invincible.
Gotta call me.
Okay.
It's all happening.
It's all happening. It's all happening.
That was such a simpler time. Almost Famous is a classic, and Ian Happ trying to become famous already. He's already homered in his big league debut.
I am calling a Happ homer tonight at Wrigley Field, but first it's time for tonight's list. Memorable Wrigley Field debuts for the Cubs.
It's happening.
Big 3-1. There's a swing and a drive, deep right center. That ball carrying. Tie game! Tie game! Kosuke has done it! Oh, baby!
Yeah, March 31st, 2008, Kosuke made his major league debut at Wrigley, going 3 for 3 with a game-tying 3-run homer in the ninth against Eric Gagne. Fukudome also walked once, but the Cubs eventually lost 4-3 in extra innings.
June 26, 2012, Anthony Rizzo went 2 for 4 the first time he played at Wrigley. He had a double off of the Mets' Dylan G and an RBI in a Cubs 5-3 win.
Cubs got 7 shutout innings from 24-year-old Kyle Hendricks in his Wrigley debut back in 2014. Anthony Rizzo helped out with 2 homers to support the professor, and afterwards Hendricks called it the best day of his life.
Albert Almora impressed in his first start at Wrigley. He went 3 for 4 with a double, 2 RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. And Francisco Liriano started for the Pirates that day. It was last year, June 27th, 2016. He was 5th in the lineup that day and started in right field.
Still time to vote on our live fan poll. Who's going to be the Cubs' key performer tonight against the Reds? Bryant, Contreras, Happ, Rizzo, Schwarber. Go to csnchicago.com/vote. Final results are coming up next. You're in the loop.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you. I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
Suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm. What a beautiful day.
He's so dirty. Call Four Seasons.
Dirty air conditioner? Clean it up with a Four Seasons AC tune-up. Lower utility bills, increase AC lifespan, and guarantee a breakdown-free season for only $89.95.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Remember when 20 minutes sounded like plenty of time? Get it all on the plate.
Hurry up, get those ingredients on the plate. Get it on the plate, everything.
All 4 of those ingredients in there?
They go for it. I love it.
Oh my God!
Shop Tuesday night at 10 on Food Network.
When your fender can't fend for itself, get it to Gerber. Gerber Collision and Glass. With over 60 Chicagoland locations and a nationwide lifetime guarantee. Gerber Collision and Glass comes highly amended.
2 dedicated hero cops. Vince, Abel. 1 life-saving mission. Out to prove no one is. They're keeping the streets safe and their conscience clean. Cracking down on unbuckled drivers and passengers. Even in the back seat. Click it or ticket. No one is.
Invincible.
Hi, I'm Dietrich.
And I'm Daniel.
And we're playing Would You Rather.
Would you rather be buried in a coffin?
Drink a glass of toilet water.
How sick can I get?
Pretty sick.
Or fight an MMA fighter?
Broken finger, broken toe.
Any risk of death.
Possibly.
Yeah!
just went horribly wrong.
No joke. No joke.
Watchable.
I mean, that is straight trolling.
Yeah. Red Hot Chili Peppers singing the Michigan fight song in Columbus, Ohio.
That is savage.
That'll get you booed off the stage real quick.
What are you doing? They paid to go to your show. Wow.
Oh yeah, it's party time. Bye-bye Blues. It's Vegas, baby, Vegas. The announcement today on Twitter, the Chicago Wolves will be the AHL affiliate for the new NHL franchise, the Vegas Golden Knights. Most recently, the Wolves were affiliated with the lowly St. Louis Blues.
Oh, no, you didn't.
So who's going to be the key performer tonight against the Reds? Is it going to be Bryant, Contreras, Happ, Rizzo, Schwarber? Live fan poll's been going all show long here. Where are we at on this right now? Oh, it's pretty even, but it looks like Rizzo's so far in front. I'm going Happ, as I said. I'm calling the home run. Wrigley debut, we just did the big list. A lot of players have had great Wrigley debuts. Happ's already got his home run. I think he's going to stay hot and hit one at Wrigley in the wind.
As everybody appropriately said today, it's hot, or so you think it is, because 89 here is considered like crazy warm, which, you know, you guys laugh at me in the winter, but today is my day. And you know what? It's Kyle Schwarber's, too. He's got power. He's got the ability to take one out of the park. So give me Schwarber today.
And we'll do the show outside at 10 o'clock. I'm taking Happ. The results are Anthony Rizzo. We're both wrong, according to fans. Thanks for
that
voting.
Makes sense. I feel like we're wrong a lot.
A lot.
Yep. That's not fake news. Don't forget, you can watch CSN Chicago from anywhere. Head to csnchicago.com/watch live to stream In the Loop. Until then, we've got Cubs baseball. Settle down and enjoy the game.
Home run Happ.
Papa John's Double Play, 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for only $6.99 each.
A deal so big it needs a replay.
Double better ingredients means double better pizza.
Papa John's Double Play, 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $6.99 each.
Papa John's.
La Quinta presents How to Win at Business. Step 1. Point decisively with the arm of your glasses. Abracadabra, the stage is yours. Step 2. Choose La Quinta, the only hotel where you can redeem loyalty points for a free night instantly and win at business.
Just like we practiced.
Okay, we can get started.
Thanks. That was fun.
Nicely done.
During the Start Your Own Legacy Spring event, lease or finance the all-wheel drive Infiniti Q50 2-liter turbo, plus spring bonus at your local Infiniti retailer.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? You make it for those who don't always look out for themselves. You make it detect what they don't. You make it for 3 rows of precious cargo. Going further for whatever life throws at you. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now get an Escape with 0% financing for 72 months or up to $5,062 in total savings. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Wrigley Field, a place full of Cubs magic. Deep left center. Game over. Cubs win. to left, deep, back at the wall, Braun, game over, Cubs win. Ladled out toward left center, it's going to drop Rizzo around third, he will score, Cubs win. With a 10-game homestand, time to make more. Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. It's the Joe Madden Glasses giveaway night here at the ballpark. It is a scorcher at Wrigley Field. The wind is blowing out. It feels like mid-August as the Cubs welcome in the Cincinnati Reds. Great to be back home. The Cubs will be here for the next 10 games. They've got 16 in a row without an off day starting tonight. And I think the Cubs are ready to get in a groove.
Yeah, all signals point in that direction. They've dominated the series against the Cincinnati Reds over the last couple of years. Bronson Arroyo has one of the highest home run rates going in Major League Baseball right now. So hopefully they can take advantage of those factors and get this 10-game homestand off to a good start. 20 of the next 26 coming here at Wrigley Field, where the Cubs won 57 games last year, tied for the third best home record in Major League Baseball since 1980.
The Cubs are a game under 500. They're actually a game behind the Reds, fourth place in the National League Central. Standings don't mean that much. It's still early, but they've got a bunch of division games coming up, and the wind blowing straight out, and we've got a veteran pitching matchup on the mound tonight. It'll be 40-year-old Bronson Arroyo against 38-year-old John Lackey. Reds and Cubs next.
Graduation day. A time for parents to beam with pride as your youngsters embark on a swell future. All but one, that is. You see, Billy thought it would be neat to try Taco Bell's new boldly seasoned naked chicken chips dipped in a sinful side of nacho cheese sauce. By graduating to these crispy triangles of temptation, the only diploma Billy will receive is a master's degree in being hooked.
Actually, it's a bachelor's in fine arts, and these things are awesome.
What a waste.
Brought to you by the Council for Eating Fried Chicken the same way you always have, and not Taco.
Do you watch stuff on that thing?
Yes.
Well, have you heard about Full Screen?
Sounds familiar.
Full Screen is a subscription video on-demand platform and app available right now on your phone.
We got comedy.
And we've got dramas.
Whoa, that's a lot.
It is a lot. It's over 1,500 hours of content.
And you can browse by mood. Stop. Sorry. Yeah.
Eligible AT&T wireless customers can get Full Screen on us for 1 year, plus stream an app without using your data.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, inviting you to become a member of the Fields family when you buy or lease from any of our 31 locations. You also get our Fields amenities that include free loaners, car washes, and our gourmet coffee bars and cafes. And with more than 35,000 vehicles sold annually, you can get a great offer like this.
And now you can lease a new 2017 Maserati Ghibli SQ4 all-wheel drive for only $799 per month for 39 months at the new Fields Maserati on Green Bay Road.
And Fields matters because you matter.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Lexus, who encourages you to experience amazing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, who invites you to go further in their fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Menards, save big money at Menards. And Southwest Airlines, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Welcome back to beautiful Wrigley Field, and as we mentioned in the opening, it has really heated up. Wind right now blowing straight out towards center field. Nice crowd on hand as the Cubs open up a three-team homestand. The Reds, the Brewers, and then the San Francisco Giants. And it was August 4th, 1987. A couple of future Hall of Famers, Steve Carlton of the Twins faced Don Sutton of the California Angels. They had a combined 1,429 career starts. We're not quite there, but Bronson Arroyo and John Lackey entering tonight with 799 career starts. So, to say the least, JD, a couple of guys who've been around the block a few times.
A couple of salty veterans, Landon. It's a good thing it's warm. If it was cold like it was on the last homestand, arthritis might act up. But yeah, great resumes. John Lackey third among active pitchers in terms of wins with 179. Bronson Arroyo is eighth in that department. Similar approaches in that they're aggressive. They throw strike one. The big difference for me is Lackey, after all these innings and all this wear and tear, he's been able to maintain his stuff. His stuff is still very similar to what it was back in his quote-unquote heyday, whereas Arroyo was never a real power pitcher, but the velocity is way down. So it's all about deception, slow curveball, change up, a little funky arm angle from time to time. You get the sense that Arroyo, much more than Lackey, is kind of working on borrowed time.
Cubs with a much-needed off day yesterday. They come into this one 18 up, 19 down through 37. They've dropped 3 consecutive series, but they're getting a little healthier as Chris Bryant, who was ill and did not play at all in the Cardinals series, is back in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, well, they've dominated the season series against the Reds the last couple of years. They hit a home run pretty much every time, at least one home run every time they play this ball club. Last year they were 15-4 against Cincinnati, so we can give you all the reasons why the Cubs should be in good shape to get things turned around starting tonight. But the bottom line is you got to go out and do it. They have a bunch of struggling hitters right now. A lot of guys who are going to the plate probably without a lot of confidence, maybe starting to press a little bit. And again, that will be the challenge with Arroyo because his stuff looks very hittable. But if you show an inclination to chase, he's not going to throw it over. You got to be patient and force him into the zone.
Kelly Krall has our Miller Lite game report and an update on the walking wounded. Hey, Kelly.
Hey guys, you were mentioning Chris Bryant and a bout with pneumonia, kind of scary, but he says he's much better now. Another one to pass along would be Jason Hayward. That index finger still pretty sore. He came out today, went through batting practice, shagged a little bit, and the word on Hayward is that they will see how he feels tomorrow. It's very sore right now, but if he's good after what he did this afternoon, he said he feels like he's really close. So maybe by the end of this week, we might see Jason Hayward in that Milwaukee series possibly. As for Ben Zobrist, you don't see him in the lineup tonight. The back still bothering him a little bit, but he is available to go, Madden said, if they need him, as well as John Jay, also available and ready to go, feeling much better. He said he was very chipper when he ran into him at dinner tonight. So there's an update on, as you said, Lynn, the wounded Warriors, but certainly getting guys back, that's a big thing. And with the warmer weather, maybe we see these guys turning around tonight.
Kelly, thank you. The Reds come in at 19-18. They lost their last 3 in San Francisco after winning 8 of 9. Their Southwest starting lineup. Billy Hamilton has been hot as of late. Zach Cozart off to a great start. Joey Votto got off to a slow start, but he's now Joey Votto again. Adam Duvall, the all-star last year. Suarez playing great defense at third and has supplied a lot of offense. Shepler's in right. Young Jose Peraza at second. Tucker Barnhart, the switch-hitting catcher. And Bronson Arroyo, the pitcher.
Well, let's check in with the Cubs defensively, and it's a little different look tonight, is it not? Ian Happ makes a start in center field. He did that. He has done that 45 times as a minor leaguer. Bryant's back out there in right. Kyle Schwarber left. That means Candelario gets third tonight. Russell and Baez up the middle. Rizzo is the first baseman, and Wilson Contreras will do the catching for our Lexus starting pitcher, and it's the veteran John Lackey. He's made 7 starts. He's 3-3 with a 4.29 earned run average, better than a strikeout per inning. He's walked 11, allowed 8 home runs. Lexus experience amazing. John 5-5 lifetime against the Reds with a 383 earned run average.
That's Tom Woodring back of the plate. Ron Kulpa, Ed Hickox, crew chief Jerry Meals on the bases. Speedy Billy Hamilton takes inside for ball 1.
And something you normally don't say with John Lackey. He threw 75% first pitch strikes in that outstanding outing against the Rockies last time.
1 ball, 1 strike. Hamilton getting on base at a .355 clip his last 15 games, scoring a bunch of runs. Recently had an 11-game run streak.
Yeah, Reds are playing good ball. I mean, up and down the lineup, they got guys that are above average. They're arguably the best defensive team in the National League.
In the air to left field, it's Kyle Schwarber to squeeze it. So we may have had the coldest game of the season here at Wrigley Field the last time we were here. That was that 18-inning game against the Yankees. It was 43 degrees at game time. Tonight, it's 87. That's deep left field off the bat of Cozart, and it's 1-0 Cincinnati. His third of the season.
Oh, that's just an ambush right there. We use that term a lot, but that's exactly what Cozart had in mind. He swings at the first pitch hardly ever. He has among the lowest first pitch swing rates in all of baseball. So Lackey's just trying to get the jump on him, channels that fastball in there, and Cozart makes him pay. There's your Ford home run replay. It's an early lead for the Reds.
Cozart back in the lineup, had a sore left wrist and sat out their last 2 games. Ball 1 on Joey Votto.
Well, that's just a great job by Cozart of being willing to change his approach to allow for the approach of the opposing pitcher. He knows how aggressive Lackey is, so he went up there ready to hack.
Votto with a ground ball base hit into right. And it'll bring up Adam Duvall, the left fielder.
Yeah, the wind is certainly going to be a factor here tonight. It's hot. The wind's blowing out, as Len mentioned, but the Cozart ball didn't need any help.
20 degrees out of the south, 20 miles per hour, I should say, out of the southwest, which means straight out toward the board and center. Strike called on Duvall. Cubs won 2 of 3 in Cincinnati in April. It was a high-scoring series, 43 runs combined. Not hit that hard. They'll still try to turn it, and they can only get 1.
Yeah, just not enough pace on that ground ball to have a real legitimate shot at 2.
Some runners will peel off or make you throw around them. Joey Votto just hit the dirt.
It is like a quarterback just killing the play.
Eugenio Suarez homered twice against the Cubs in Cincy on April 22nd.
He's put up very good numbers. He was red hot then. He has cooled off some. But still, the number is most impressive. 376 on base, 523 slugging percentage.
Playing great defense at third as well. Favorable count, 2-0, and he takes a strike. Lackey coming off his best start, arguably as a Cub. 7 shutout innings at Coors Field in Game 2 of a doubleheader. Cubs won that game 8-1 a week ago.
Suarez, one of a number of Reds hitters who have put up very good numbers against John Lackey. Suarez 9 out of 26. I'll do the math for you. That's a .346 batting average. He's hit a home run against John. There's a decent sample there too. It's like 7 or 8 ABs.
Did you calculate that average in your head?
Yeah, it's got kind of this kind of Rain Man thing going on.
Still some sunshine on the field. Center fielder Ian Happ still standing in that sliver of sunshine. Full count with 2 outs.
Easy night to break a sweat. A lot of swings and misses at his slider last time. There's one there.
Right on cue. That's his first strikeout. Cozart took him deep. Cubs are coming up.
This is how it feels when you eat a Subway $6 footlong sub of the day. It's the taste you love at a price you can't get enough of. The $6 footlong sub of the day. 7 days, 7 footlongs, 7 more ways to enjoy Subway.
Right now, during the Toyota Time Sales Event, you can lease a spacious new 2017 Highlander for $339 a month. Hurry in. These deals won't last. Toyota. Let's go places.
At Menards, home improvement means saving big because right now you'll get an 11% rebate on everything, even sale prices. Get advanced protection and true one-coat coverage with Pittsburgh Paramount interior flat paint. A gallon is $32 after rebate. Update your home with the largest in-stock selection of Geldwine windows and patio doors so you can finish your project today. Stop waiting and start saving with an 11% rebate on everything, even sale prices now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
A supercharged muscle car goes 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. The chain of an Echo chainsaw, 0 to 60 in 1.2. Gentlemen, start your engines. Power on and on.
Here's how the Cubs will line up, brought to you by Southwest. Schwarber, Bryant, and Rizzo, 1, 2, and 3. How about the outfield tonight? Schwarber, Happ, and Chris Bryant. Happ is in center. Candelario is going to play third. Addison Russell, the shortstop. Wilson Contreras, the catcher. John Lackey hitting .308 to start the year. And the second baseman, Baez.
Now, we mentioned the Reds have been outstanding defensively. They've committed just 16 errors. That's the fewest in the National League. And they set up this way. Duvall left, Speedy Hamilton center. Schebler, he's good out in right. Suarez, as Len mentioned, rock solid. He's only committed 1 error. Cozart's only made 3. Peraza's only made 2. Votto hasn't made any. And Tucker Barnhart has thrown out almost 50% of would-be base stealers. So that's a pretty good group. And the Lexus starting pitcher is Funky Bronson Arroyo.
Flipped one in for a strike, a curveball at 69 miles an hour.
Yeah, velo is not the name of his game. He pitches below hitting speed.
Good athlete, gets over to the bag quickly to get the throw from Votto. Schwarber retired, and now Chris Bryant returning from illness. He had a rough weekend trying to recuperate in St. Louis. Starts the night at 299. Cubs have scored just 6 runs in their last 4 games combined. That's pulled foul.
Shut out twice on that road trip, once in Denver and then Sunday in St. Louis.
They've lost 7 of 9 overall, but they've done a lot of damage against Reds pitching the last couple of years. They've homered in 23 of their last 24 games against the Reds.
Chris just kind of wait a little extra beat before attacking that 68-mile-an-hour breaking ball from Arroyo.
Last year, Bryant hit 10 home runs in 19 games against the Reds. Three and two on him. Rizzo is on deck.
This is Arroyo's first start in this ballpark since 2014 when he was a Diamondback. He didn't pitch in the big leagues the last 2 seasons due to injury. Upshoot frisbee breaker there.
Hey, a reminder, the leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Unfortunately, Kyle Schwarber did not get a hit, but the next time he does, Binny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Kyle had been in that great stretch to begin the year, leading off games by getting on base as Bryant reaches on a walk.
That's a key there, yep.
We'll bring up Anthony Rizzo, homered against Arroyo on April 23rd.
In that ball game, Arroyo pitched 6 innings, allowed just 3 hits, 2 runs, did not walk anybody. You know that's not a good sign when the Cubs aren't walking. He struck out 7. He got through 6 innings, showing only 66 pitches.
Rizzo not hitting for average. He has walked 5 times. In his last 3 games, it takes a strike.
I think Arroyo's much more comfortable pitching to lefties than righties. He'll flip that little changeup down and away. He'll throw that cutter in on their hands. And the numbers bear it out. Right-handers batting .293 against him. Lefties just .213. But this lefty got him.
It was a 2-run shot. And then drilled out in the deep left, and it is off the wall. Duvall gets it back in quickly. It is a long single. It will send Bryant to third.
Well, step in the right direction for Big Riz. And again, a real solid approach too. You know you're going to see a lot of soft stuff. Don't get too jumpy. Don't feel like you have to pull. Keep the hands in. Stay middle away with the approach. Good things will happen.
Ian Happ in his Wrigley Field debut, 3rd major league start. 3 out of 7, a double, a homer, a walk, 2 knocked in his first 2 major league games over the weekend in St. Louis. Drop down breaking ball is outside for ball 1. Played his college ball in Cincinnati. Batting cleanup tonight.
He's going to do some damage tonight. And then the wind has picked up. It's blowing even harder now.
Missed again. The Reds on opening day had the youngest roster in baseball, but you look at the Cubs lineup tonight, aside from the starting pitcher, Schwarber and Bryant and Rizzo and Happ and Russell, Candelario. It's a young group.
Yeah, well, the historians are going to be grinding, right? You mentioned the outfield. They got the first round picks from 13, 14, and 15 across the outfield tonight.
He walked him, and they're loaded. Brian Price looks on. Here's Jeimer Candelario. Had a hit in his season debut. He's 0 for 16 since.
Well, not to sound like a broken record, but same thing applies here for Jamer. Don't let the bases loaded situation get the best of you. Don't get too anxious here. I mean, don't be passive. Stay with your game plan. Doesn't have to be.
One strike on Candelario, the pitch. Just missed outside.
Arroyo has an ERA approaching 6, but the Reds have been playing winning baseball with him on the mound. They've won his last 5 starts.
Score. Rizzo stops at third. We're tied at 1 and the bases are still loaded. RBI single, Jamer Candelario.
Trying to go down and away. It's away but up, and that allows Candelario to take that nice smooth pass at it. That ball is down and he tries to pull it. Probably not going to have a good result.
Addison Russell pops it up. Infield flag rule in effect as a backpedaling Peraza makes a catch. That's the second out. Contreras will dig in with 2 outs.
Yeah, you normally don't point to an at-bat in the first inning and say, man, this could be the critical at-bat of this game, especially with the conditions here tonight. But it would be a huge win for Arroyo to get out of here allowing just the 1 run.
And you see the base runners. The Cubs came in hitting .214 with runners in scoring position. Last in the National League. Like to think that number will improve as the summer moves along. Swing and a miss. A ball and a strike on Contreras.
Well, yeah, as a team, their overall average in May is just a little over 200.
So it's more maybe of a function of just they're not hitting.
Right.
They're taking their walks. They lead the league in walks now with 157. 1-2. They're making Arroyo work here in the first. 24 pitches and counting. 2 hits, 2 walks. Still 1-2. 40 years old. Back with the Reds. Had been one of the most durable starters in all of baseball before he eventually broke down. Tommy John surgery 3 seasons ago. Center field, Hamilton back, and that ball is off the wall. It's actually going to rest in the vines. Cubs will get a couple runs here. And Candelario will be set back to third. It's 3-1. Wind maybe helped that one, and the Cubs will gladly take it.
Put a little mark on your scoreboard on that one, because indeed they did not let him off the hook. Contreras comes through with 2 outs and the bases loaded, just rides this ball to straightaway center field. Hamilton plays a shallow center field. He's not able to get back there in time to have a chance to make a play on that ball.
So 3-1 now, John Lackey. John was asking, did they ever find the ball? I think it's still in the ivy. Breaking ball strike. Real good start with the bat for Lackey. Arraza to Votto to end the inning. RBI hits. Candelario knocked in 1. Contreras 2. It's 3-1. Cubs after it.
Cubs fans, stay close to your boys in blue right here at CSNChicago.com. We're bringing you the top stories, team news, and video that you crave all in one place. Phenomenal coverage. And you can trust insider Patrick Mooney to bring you the very latest from the clubhouse. Then head over to the Pulse page and get your social on. Check out the standings, the schedule, stats, and gear up at the shop. It's all one click away. It's that easy.
A naturally aspirated 5-liter V8 engine. A 10-speed direct shift transmission. A meticulously crafted interior. All of these are feats of engineering. Combining them with near-perfect weight distribution is a feat of amazing. Experience the first ever 471 horsepower Lexus LC500 or the multi-stage hybrid LC500H. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
At Panera, a salad is so much more than one thing. More than one flavor or texture or color. A good, clean salad is so much more than green. And with Panera Catering, more for your event. Panera, food as it should be.
We believe the best light beer to have with friends is the original light beer. Always brewed with more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you. I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
It's suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you.
I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it.
Is this suede?
It's suede.
I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. StatCast is powered by Amazon Web Services. This ball took off at 98 miles an hour plus off the bat of Wilson Contreras. Ended up being a 2-run double to give the Cubs the lead.
The ball had a 23% chance of getting stuck in the ivy.
That StatCast brought to you by Jim DeShays. Scott Schebler will lead it off.
Just a slighter, greater chance than a ball in the dirt getting stuck on Yadier Molina's chest protector. This guy's been good. 10 long ones, slugging better than 500.
Pulled foul on the ground.
So now that is not a surprise. He goes up there hacking. We talked about Cozart normally taking that first pitch. Schebler gets after it quite often.
In on the hands. Softly hit liner to Baez for the out. Peraza.
So that's a challenge when you're keeping a scorebook, that ball right there. Because you put L4, and if you don't recall the play, you look back, well, he hit a line drive. But that was softly hit, so you have to note that somehow.
Put a little S next to it.
Yeah. If you use capital L's for balls that are really hit sharply.
But if you do a small L, it could look like 1-4. Short hop pick by Baez. And now Tucker Barnhart.
It's like just somebody flipped a switch and summer arrived.
Yeah, it's a hot one. Feels good. Evan Mesoraco is back on their active roster. Barnhart in the lineup tonight. Team leading 24th start at catcher. Now pitcher and catcher will get on the same page. One from Lackey, swung on and missed. 1-2.
Good curveball there. We noted his slider last inning. Uses the slider a fair bit more than the curve, but that one had good action, and that was another key to his game in Denver. Used all of his pitches, used his changeup a little bit more than he normally does.
Line foul to left, out of play.
And people might ask, well, if he had success doing that, why wouldn't he do it in any other start? Well, a lot of times it's just dictated by the opposing lineup. Certain hitters are vulnerable to certain approach, whether they have a lot of right or left-handed batters will dictate how you get after them.
High fly ball. Happ goes back on it. He watches it get out. 3-2. Cozart in the first, Barnhart here in the second.
And that's number 1 on the year for Tucker Barnhart. And it's that kind of a night. I mean, he hit that ball good, but that thing flew way out of here. It's a slide ball. He stays on it. Ford might get their money's worth here tonight.
Yep. Arroyo seeking his first hit as he sends one foul into the upper deck.
Ian Happ showing unbridled optimism in pursuit of that ball that landed way back there. So, as we often say, a night like tonight, can't afford to walk people, can't afford to kick it around and give the other team extra at bats.
In the air and down. That's the first hit for Arroyo this season. Strike to Hamilton. Did you see he has challenged John Ross of the Bengals, recent draft pick, to a 40-yard dash?
Yeah, I did say I saw
charity. Wide receiver. set the combine record in the 44.22 seconds. That would be fun. So he watches these guys try to lift the ball tonight, and it would be natural for him to try to do that. But we've talked about Hamilton a lot in the past, where he hits the ball on the ground and can usually outrun just about everything.
Yeah, normally a guy like Hamilton, you want him trying to hit it on a line or beat it into the ground and use his speed.
Schwarber will have to play this one on a bounce. So 3 consecutive 2-out hits. The homer by Barnhart, and now singles by Arroyo and Hamilton.
Yeah, now you're getting into the meaty part of this Reds batting order with Cozart and then Votto due. And, I'm sure Lackey, as he's both those last 2 hits left to bat, probably thought they were going to be caught. I think there was a play to be made on Arroyo's ball, because if Kyle were to have pursued that one a little bit more aggressively, and then leave his feet, even if he doesn't catch it, Happ was going to be there to back him up. The one down the line, that's tougher to gamble on. If you leave your feet on that one and it gets by you, they're going to score.
Dating back to last year, Cozart has hit in 8 in a row here at Wrigley and has homered in 4 consecutive games in this ballpark. Down 0-2 this time.
We talk frequently about all the talented young shortstops in the game. Cozart, 31 years of age, been around a few years. He currently has the highest on-base plus slugging of any shortstop in Major League Baseball. It's kind of like the Rodney Dangerfield of shortstops.
Now, this is definitely the kind of night you'd like to miss some bats. John has 1 strikeout. Arroyo did not strike out anybody in the first. Before the pitch, pulled foul past Billy Hatcher, the former Cub and former Astros teammate of Jim DeShay's.
Yep. Great teammate, good player too. Speed, little power, great laugh. He was good in the room.
A great World Series with the Reds in 1990.
Yeah, would he have 13 hits, 13 hits in a 4-game sweep? Frustration level starting to ramp up a little bit here for John. Strike throwing machine.
Billy Hatcher in the World Series of 1990 went 9 for 12, 4 doubles, a triple, 2 walks, 6 runs in 4 games. Ground ball to the shortstop Russell. Baez covers at second. They get Hamilton, and that will end the Reds' second. It's 3-2 Cubs early.
So why do your low fares come with 2 free bags, unlike the other guys?
'Cause I know I can treat you better.
Why do your low fares stay so low?
'Cause I know I can treat you better.
Why am I wasting time with that other airline?
When you should be with me instead.
Yes. What? Southwest.
Hey, Chicago. Say yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
These are Midwest companies. Companies that pave roads and build factories and keep promises. They don't want some do-nothing banker. They want momentum makers. Bankers who aren't afraid to get their wingtips dirty, who know what it takes to grow a business from the ground up. That's what builds momentum in the Midwest. The momentum makers of First Midwest Bank.
Starting from the moment you walk through the doors at Continental Motors, you're treated like a star. Experience the Continental difference. Locations in Countryside, Hodgkins, Hinsdale, and Naperville. ContinentalMotors.com.
Welcome back. Tomorrow is Jersey Off Our Back Day here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs and the Reds play at 7:05, and after the ball game, autographed game-worn jerseys will be awarded to lucky fans in random seats. Compliments of Majestic, the official on-field uniform of Major League Baseball. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Three to two. We're only in the second inning. Hey, for the latest news and updates on the World Series champs, subscribe to the Cubs Talk podcast, featuring David Kaplan, Kelly Kroll, Patrick Mooney, Tony Andracki, and more, available on Apple Podcasts or the Google Play Store. Nine, 1, and 2, starting with Javier Baez against Bronson Arroyo. First pitch is outside for ball one. Baez 3 out of 22 on the just concluded trip.
For Arroyo to introduce a little ephus pitch into his repertoire.
Fouled back. Well, he's hoping to pitch for another year or two maybe, and I'm going to miss that leg kick.
Yeah, we need more funk in this game.
Ripped foul to left. Ooh. Good effort.
Good try. That's going to be ruled a hit.
That was coming in hot.
Too hot to handle down there. Got a little shin burger. Don't rub it.
The wind and the 1-2. Hamilton drifting into left center. One away. Well, what else is going on around baseball as games are underway for this Tuesday night? Saw the note, Freddie Freeman of the Braves has homered against all 10 opponents the Braves have faced this season. Braves won today 9-5 in Toronto, and he homered again.
Yeah, he's always been a good player, but he's turned into a monster. I saw a note on him the other day since the All-Star break last year. And the best hitter in baseball. Hello,
Kyle Schwarber, way out of here. 4-2.
Almost left the ballpark.
Number 6 for Schwarber.
Arroyo just floats one up there, mid-thigh, and he crunched it, man. He absolutely mauled that baseball.
Bryant pulls one in the left. Second time he's been on. He Schwarbered it. That looks like you off the tee.
Yeah, that's shot tracker.
Too high to Rizzo.
Arroyo has now allowed 10 home runs in 37 2/3 innings.
Back on Freddie Freeman, he hit his 14th today, tied with Aaron Judge for the major league lead in home runs. Mike Trout has a 4-game home run streak. It's going into their game tonight, hosting the White Sox later.
That's one shy of the club record that is held by Bobby Bonds.
Back in the late 70s. In the air to right. This one.
Get out of here.
Going to stay in. Schebler. For out number 2. You just brought up a fun point. That's what they do in the dugout. Does anyone believe that yelling at a fly ball actually might make it leave the yard?
Well, there's two. There's one you yell at because you think they have a legitimate chance. And then sometimes you'll yell at a guy on the other team when he pops one up on the infield, say, or hits a shallow fly ball. The other team will yell, "Get out of here."
A sarcastic cheer, yeah. Walk and a run for Happ in the first. Saw some of Theo's comments to the media before the game regarding Happ, and the one thing, in paraphrasing, he talked about, when you bring a guy like Happ up to the big leagues, you do it in pencil, meaning you have to be open to a lot of different possibilities, maybe just up for a day or two, maybe up for a week. You've got to think of his development, what's best for the team. There are a lot of factors that go into play. And he couldn't hold up 1 and 2.
And a lot of times that becomes a negotiation then between the manager and the front office. If the manager really thinks a guy can help him win, and then the front office will say, yeah, but we can't afford to have this kid not get enough at-bats. Can you find enough at-bats for him to justify keeping him here? And then,
well, that's the value of defensive versatility. Talking with Joe in his office today, you think about all these kids. Candelario, we've seen him at third and first. Chris Bryant being able to play the outfield very early in his career has helped Joe a lot. That's been a hallmark of his teams going back to his days with Tampa Bay. And being able to move those parts around defensively. And Ian chased a bad one that time. Kyle Schwarber with a long home run to right. And each team has scored in every half inning to start the ball game. It's 4-2 Cubs.
Inside the rack houses of Jim Beam, every barrel's aged 4 long years for a fuller, smoother flavor. Our history's made from the inside. How will you make yours?
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
I'm attorney Howard Ankin with Cubs great Andre Dawson.
Hard work is the best way to succeed. That's why if you need a lawyer, you need to call my Hawk, Howard.
If you or someone you know needs help with an injury case, call me. 312-6-million. Injury law, made personal.
I've always believed that caring for families is the best way to keep our community healthy and safe, which is why I do things like provide opportunities for children to learn through the Reading Buddies program, help fund child safety programs, and give to the homeless. It's also why I got into personal injury law. It gives me the opportunity to help people at a time of tremendous loss, because helping injured people win justice is its own reward.
A great experience with Land Rover Hinsdale. Extremely professional, accommodating, excellent follow-up.
They made the whole process so easy for us.
Exceeding expectations. That's our goal every day at Land Rover Hinsdale, and why we're the only local Land Rover Pinnacle Club Excellence Award winner from 2015 and 2016. Save over $11,000 off MSRP on a new 2016 Range Rover Evoque. Land Rover Hinsdale. The cars bring you in. The experience brings you back.
Now it's time for the Mini Countryman Player Profile, and we're taking a look at Joey Votto and what he has done here at Wrigley Field. 78 ball games, 317 batting average, 13 long ones, and a 994 OPS. His numbers pretty much in line with his career numbers. The OPS better here. Lifetime is 961. He's a lifetime 312 hitter.
So Votto in mid-April was batting 178. He's now up to 296. He has started at first and hit third in every game for the Reds.
Well, slow start, big second half has been the story for Votto the last couple of years. It looks like he's gotten started a little bit earlier this year. And that's the other thing about Votto. I don't know about if it's the other thing, but it's a thing. He has been much more aggressive this year, swinging early, not seeing quite as many pitches.
Chokes up with 2 strikes. Now 2-2 on him. Hands over his head, Lackey to the plate, and the pitch lands in front of home plate. 3-2. Shallow right, and it's caught by Bryant. Fortunately, that ball stayed in the air long enough for him to get there. A little bit of a late break, and on a night like this, your first reaction probably as an outfielder with Votto at the plate is not going to be to go in.
Yeah, you're just going to assume anything's going to fly over your head.
Duvall 0 for 1. Takes ball 1. Mentioned earlier, I had a nice chat with Reds manager Brian Price, a former pitcher, a left-hander. Never did get to the big leagues. 1985, he spent part of the year in the Texas League pitching in Midland in the Angels chain for manager Joe Madden. And I told Joe I was going to talk to Brian. He said, ask him about his pickoff move. So when I asked Brian about it, he said, yeah. He said, somebody once told me the guys who have a good pickoff move need one. He said, I was terrible that year in Midland. 3-1. 2-1 on Duvall.
Yeah, it's hard to convince people if the highlights on your resume are good pickoff move and outstanding at backing up third base.
Let's see if the wind keeps this ball on the field of play. It does, and Contreras dropped it. That is a ball the first 6 weeks of the season here at Wrigley gets pushed out of play. But that's the thing for a pitcher on a night like this. You really need some help from your defense to get those outs.
Yeah, between the wind and the backspin is going to kind of move that ball back towards the field of play. Anthony playing way off the line, so he had a long way to travel. In a perfect world, you'd prefer Anthony be there to make that play.
Fly ball to right. So that error does not cost Lackey. Called in by Bryant.
It's cost him one pitch.
Two down. Here's Suarez, who struck out to end the first.
One pitch and a little anxiety. It's behind him now.
That's a strike. It's early, but looked up the wins above replacement leaders on Baseball Reference, and currently Suarez trails 3 guys in the National League. Last names Harper, Goldschmidt, Freeman. That's it. And his defense has been worth about half of his 2.1 WAR.
So you know exactly what WAR is good for.
In this case, I guess
you can
I
measure
do.
it, yeah.
You know, if nothing else, and I know wins above replacement is a bit of a controversial stat in some circles. Line out as Suarez retired. We'll get into that a little later. Hey, the Reds didn't score. It's 4-2 in the third.
How would you sum up this car in one word?
Swanky.
Sexy.
Sexy.
Luxurious.
Classy. Fast. Sporty. Shop. Innovative. Sleek luxury sedan.
Okay, that's more than one word.
This is the 2017 Chevy Malibu.
That's impressive.
Where's the local dealer around here?
Find your tag and get 20% below MSRP on select Malibu vehicles in stock. That's $5,200 on this Chevy Malibu.
In a dark corner of the web, users trade thousands of nude photos.
This is my life. This isn't a game.
Local high school graduates unknowingly put on display. The report parents and students need to hear on the next NBC5 News. This is investigative reporting at its highest quality. This is NBC5 Investigates. We deliver results.
Can you feel something without touching it? See something with your eyes closed. When everything is designed around you, the driver, you can. The new Mazda 3.
Now get the 2017 Mazda 3 for 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 APR bonus cash.
Chicago, your favorite trivia show is back for an all-new season. Join us for a taping of Beer Money this Monday at Trax Bar and Grill in Cary at 5:30. Test your sports trivia knowledge, and you could win big. Beer Money, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this Sunday, May 21st, the Cubs take on the Brewers at 1:20. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans get a replica 2016 NL Champions pennant presented by Ideal Industries. After the game, the first 1,000 kids 13 and younger will get the opportunity to run the bases, weather permitting. For more info, Visit Cubs.com. Candelario, RBI single to tie the game in the first. Good changeup. So if the point tonight was the first starter who doesn't give up a run wins, John Lackey's in good shape because the Reds did not score in the top of this inning. One foul tips. Finish my war point. One thing I like about it, if nothing else, it is instructive in that. Remember those conversations we used to have when a guy would go down and you'd go, that guy was worth 20 wins. Now this pitcher's worth 15. It's like, no, not. Individual players are not nearly worth what we think. You know, an MVP caliber guy is worth 8 to 10. That's the Mike Trout every year. It's a lot. But we used to just throw numbers out there like, this guy's worth 15, 16 wins. And as Peraza makes the leaping grab, it's just not the case.
Yeah, and now that they've done a lot of work, the sabermeticians and all the analysts trying to quantify defense, base running, things that you would kind of look at, and everybody had their conclusions about who's the best in the game. Well, now they have a way of measuring that, and I think it's maybe not perfect, but you watch Addison Russell play, and he leads the league in defensive run save. You go, yeah, I get that.
Outside for ball one on Russell. Recently missed a little time in terms of starts. He was able to come off the bench, but had a sore throwing shoulder. Got back in there on Sunday in St. Louis. Three 3-0 the count. Contreras on deck.
You see a straight four-seam fastball from Arroyo. It's going to be a sneak attack, but everything's going to have some kind of spin on it. Going to create a little east-west movement or straight change-up.
Hard bouncer to Suarez, little double clutch. Fires a bullet over to Votto.
Yeah.
2 outs. Here's Contreras.
Suarez could probably give you a 92 from the mound. He's got a heck of an arm.
I don't want to make a huge deal out of it. We experience it a little more these days because of the Cubs' popularity, but I wonder if there's going to be a point where they start those Sunday night games a little earlier. Did you see the Astros got to their hotel in Miami around 5 in the morning yesterday? They did win on Monday night. We had the 18-inning game against the Yankees last week. Baseball's trying to avoid those travel issues, and it feels like we've had a lot of those
yeah,
with the Sunday night game. And that's always getaway day for one of the two teams, if not both.
See, that's a good point. If
So
they can
maybe
find
they
a way
make that
to
a Monday,
do a little wraparound series
Yeah.
and play the Sunday night game.
Do you want to text the commissioner,
Yeah,
or should I email
yeah,
him?
go ahead.
Okay. We've just figured it out. Contreras went 1-2. Astros leading again big in Miami tonight. 10-2 in the 6th. I believe that's a Dallas Keuchel start.
Yes. Yep.
He's trying to improve to 7-0.
Rangers have won 6 in a row. They're still 8 games back, tied with the Angels in second place. Ouch, 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 ouch.
Keuchel went 5 innings tonight through under 80 pitches. And was removed.
That'll fire up the old bunion.
Maybe just an early pull of Keuchel.
I don't know.
Tonight.
That's a little.
Don't see any sort of injury. What a stop by Suarez. The throw to first. Save. Contreras runs well. Infield hit.
Yeah, he better sell out down the line. Great glove work by Suarez. We already talked about his strong arm, and there's Wilson pushing hard. I don't know how many catchers in Major League Baseball are going to beat that one out. Ryan Price contemplating a challenge, has decided not to.
That'll get Lackey to the plate. He was trying to win his bet with John Lester on one swing right there.
John just missed one the other day in St. Louis. Hit one off the wall for a double that looked like it was going to fly out of the park. If he were to have hit that ball here tonight, it would have been a no-doubter. Pretty easy guy to root for, by all accounts. A real solid guy. He's had a nice career. Came back from first elbow and then a rotator cuff surgery. So what, 37 years old when that kind of went down. Now pitching at 40. Could easily have taken it to the house. He's made gobs of money.
Well, they've got a lot of young starting pitchers. I'm sure having him around is a good thing for them as well. Mac Jenkins is their pitching coach, but I'm sure Bronson Arroyo talks to those young guys a lot. 2-2.
Yeah, they're carrying a third catcher who's a Rule 5 guy who obviously has very little experience, so Arroyo could really help him out too in his development.
Bounce to the shortstop, Cozart. Inning over. Cubs failed to score in the third, but they lead 4-2.
The Honda Perfect Accord sales event is your chance to get an incredible deal on the Accord, which has been named to Car and Driver's 10 Best list a record-breaking 31 times. To celebrate, we have amazing offers on the Honda Accord, which has a 5-star overall vehicle score. The Honda Accord is also the best-selling car in its class. Race in to the Honda Perfect Accord sales event and get a great deal on the Accord today at your Honda dealer.
Who gives you the best in-home Wi-Fi experience? Let's find out. Welcome home. Who's your internet service provider?
I have AT&T.
Does the Wi-Fi keep up throughout the house?
Not very well.
Not very well. Did you know that Xfinity has the best in-home Wi-Fi experience?
She's been telling me that.
Let's pretend this is your house. How's the quality up there?
I give it a 10.
Let's add 5 devices to the mix. How's yours doing?
Man, I'm loving this.
We gotta get with Xfinity.
Learn more about the best in-home Wi-Fi experience or get started for $19.99 a month for 12 months. Click, call, or visit an Xfinity store today.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field. Cubs on top 4-2 here in the fourth. This is your Miller Lite interview, a very special one with LPGA golfer Stacy Lewis, who got to throw out the first pitch tonight. And I'm guessing much like her drive, guys, she threw it right over the middle of the plate. You didn't waste any time. Stacy, that was really impressive. What was that experience like?
It was a little nerve-wracking, to be honest. I've done a first pitch, but not in front of this many people. So, but it was awesome. Great experience. My husband and I, he had a bet going. He bet I was going to bounce it, so I had to make sure that thing got to the plate.
So plenty of motivation. Well, you were also mentioning this is the first time you and your husband have seen Wrigley Field. What do you think?
It's unbelievable. I mean, just blown away by everything, and it's been an awesome day.
Well, the Women's PGA Championship coming up later this year. You said you got to play on the course this afternoon. Are you looking forward to that event later this month?
I am. I'm a little bummed the Cubs aren't going to be in town. I think it's the week of June 29th. So, but we love get as many people out as we can. You can take the train straight to the first tee, pretty much. So, we'll hopefully get some Cubs fans out there. I think I got to bring the jersey back. So.
Absolutely have to bring the jersey back. You're bringing them good luck tonight so far. What makes an LPGA event so much fun to be a part of? I know fans get to be very interactive and all of that.
Right. We do a lot for kids, so kids get in free. So that's the big deal for us. But it's also you can relate to us. You know, you can't relate to what those guys do. So we're probably as good, or if not better, than most amateurs. So hopefully you can come out and learn a little bit and see the best in the world play.
Two-time championships, Stacy Lewis here. The Cubs guys going for 2 championships in a row. And I know from the Woodlands area, so is our color analyst, Jim DeShays. What do you think of Stacy Lewis, Jim?
Hey, what I always say, Kelly, is that everybody from the Woodlands is above average, and she's had a heck of a career. 11 tour wins, 2-time major championships. Diagnosed with scoliosis when she was 11, had surgery. I mean, she's been through the ringer, but she's had a heck of a career.
Thanks to Stacy for dropping by. 1 ball, 1 strike on Scott Schebler, Iowa native. And takes that one up and in.
Stacy's probably one of those kids I saw as I'd go over to the driving range there in the Woodlands, and it'd be these 5'5" girls, weigh about 120 pounds, just banging the ball like 50 yards by anything I could do, just as smooth and as rhythmic as, just I'm over there grunting and chopping it off my foot. And so I just basically am overcome with envy, basically, is what I'm saying.
3-1. Looks like Contreras wants a changeup, and it's off the plate for a leadoff walk. First free pass surrendered by Lackey, along with 5 hits for the Reds. Now Peraza, who earlier this season had 53 consecutive plate appearances without a strikeout, the longest such stretch so far this season.
Yeah, he's one of those contact guys. He rarely walks, but he doesn't strike out much either. He's the type of player you would be inclined to play a little hit and run with.
Well, they're going to be able to get him. He's out. So Schebler was straying off the bag. So maybe a missed sign.
Yeah, that was weird. It was almost like Schebler was going to go, but he got a real late break. Yeah, he's just trying to create some movement on the infield. But again, their scouting reports have to clue them in about Contreras and how strong his arm is and how much he likes to throw to the bases. So a bit of re-gifting there. The leadoff walk, given right back.
Well, maybe not a missed sign. I mean, essentially Schebler's probably out at second or first, right? On the swing and miss. He didn't get a very good jump. He's probably thrown out either way.
Yeah, and that's why I always say, the old way they used to teach the hit and run play was, well, you don't have to get a big jump. The onus is on the hitter to put the ball in play. You should treat it like you're trying to steal a base, especially with a right-handed pitcher on the mound. With a lefty, you can hang out a little bit longer to make sure he doesn't come over. But with a right-handed pitcher on the mound, for me, you should just treat that like a straight steal.
Two on Peraza. Close. John couldn't get the call. Cubs lead 4-2 here in the fourth. Payoff pitch. Popped up. Shallow left center. Bunch of Cubs in the area. Look at that. 4 guys there. And Peraza with a double. He found the perfect spot on the diamond.
That's at least the third one here tonight. We're off the bat. I'm sure Lackey thought that's an out.
And one of the problems here, whether that ball was catchable or not, JD, there are 4 guys there. Somebody's got to be thinking collision, right? So somebody, I'm sure, pulled up just to stay out of the fray a bit. Not that it was an I got it, you take it. But you'll rarely see that many defenders
in the
that
scrum,
tightly packed in the outfield. The best chance to make that catch probably is if there's one guy going after it. Lackey let it go. Smart decision. Baez makes the play. 2 outs.
Yeah, and Baez aggressively coming after that ground ball buys him just a little time to set himself to make that throw.
So
we'll see how deep Kyle is. That's the key to that play. Kyle's really deep to start with, and he actually takes a half a step back on contact. And I think that's just, he prefers to play deeper. All right, big fella, keep hitting him out of the park. No worries.
Swing and a miss by Arroyo. He singled in the second. His first hit of the year. Arroyo's been around so long, he's had more than a regular position player's season's worth of plate appearances. He has come to bat 720 times now in his major league career. Ball gets away, and the Reds are going to get a run. Can you believe that? Arroyo strikes out, but the wild pitch allows Peraza to score. It's 4-3.
A funky inning. The leadoff walk, the busted hit and run play. The ball drops in shallow left. Contreras not able to block that ball.
So back to a 1-run ball game. And if Hamilton hits a gapper here, he may pass Arroyo between second and third.
At least hand him the baton.
Nationals lead at Pittsburgh 6-1. Bottom of the 7th in that ball game. Steven Strasburg has gone the distance so far. Pulled to right. Bell tie grab by Bryant. Reds close the gap. It's 4-3 in the fourth.
When did paying for airfare become so unfair? At Southwest, we believe in transparency. Transparency means we don't dream up ways we can trick you into paying more. It's why we still let 2 bags fly free and don't have change fees. So our low fares stay low. Just the way you like it.
The Thompson family has two wonderful traditions. 58 years of coming to Wisconsin to the same cabin on the same lake. And 58 years of the entire family trying to sink this raft. Some things never change. The raft always wins. And the Thompsons always come back.
Announcing Hyundai's Better Than Ever sales event. Come in now for the biggest savings in our 30-year history on select new Hyundais. Like up to $4,000 total savings on the 2017 Tucson.
Really? Wow.
And every new Hyundai comes with an amazing warranty.
America's best warranty.
Hurry in before the best offers in Hyundai history are, well, history. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. Better Than Ever is the reason to buy now. Lease the Tucson for $139 a month or get up to $4,000 in total savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us.
This coming Monday, that would be May 22nd. The Giants are in town. That's always fun. First pitch that night, 7:05, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving adults 21 and older will take home a relaxed Cubs cap presented by Jim Beam. For more information, visit Cubs.com.
Baez, Schwarber, Bryant here in the fourth against Bronson Arroyo. Charlene Macaluso, Crown Point, Indiana. Big Cub fan. Thanks for the nice note. And Don Thompson writes from Mesa, Arizona. We were talking about guys who had played in 1,000 major league games. His great uncle played against Cap Anson in the 19th century. Big Sam Thompson. You ever heard of Big Sam Thompson?
He's a Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer. Did you get the same letter?
Yeah, I did. It's a very nice letter. Cool shot of Sam there in his Hall of Fame plaque.
Yeah, went into Cooperstown in 1974. Among other teams, played for the Phillies and the Tigers. He's the only player to hit consecutive bases loaded triples. First player to have a 200 hit season. First to knock in 150 in a season. And lastly, Don's great uncle. Good stuff, Don. Thank you. Popped up by Baez. Foul territory, and Suarez had to make a late adjustment to make the catch.
Yeah, and Javi just about a third of the way down the line. You got to make sure you run it out on a night like tonight, because you can get embarrassed. That ball drifts back fair and it isn't caught. And you end up on first when you could have had second.
That'll bring up Schwarber, who hit a long homer his last time up. It broke an 0 for 17 for Kyle. Chris Kampka notes it's the 50th Cub home run against the Reds since the start of last year in 23 games. It went 462 feet. That's the longest Cub home run of the season, according to Darren Willman. Curve missed at 66. We want to welcome all our viewers watching on Wellman Cooperative Telephone Company in Wellman, Iowa. Popped up. Same deal. Got to run it out. Again, Suarez had to adjust late. Bryant will climb in for the third time. He's walked, scored, and singled. That's a pretty good slash line.
Yeah, he's one guy seems like he's been immune to this funk that has overtaken the Cubs lineup.
Strike pitch. More weak contact. Hamilton for out number 3. Cubs go 1-2-3 for the first time tonight, leading 4-3.
Where's my cooler? My sandwich is in there. Oh boy. Nice try, pal.
That feeling, only better. Confidence, thanks to a reinforced safety cage. Standard in the 5-star overall safety rated Volkswagen Passat.
Hurry in and lease this 2017 Passat S for just $189 a month, plus a $750 Memorial Day bonus.
Discovery Sport, beyond boundaries. Range Rover Evoque, beyond conventions. Range Rover Sport, beyond expectations. Wherever you drive, we always take you above and beyond. The Range Rover Evoque. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Freedom is never far away. Take one drive in the most awarded and best-selling SUV brand and discover that the world is your backyard. Hurry in for great deals now at the Jeep Drive and Discover event.
Now get $4,000 total cash allowance or 0% financing for 60 months on the 2017 Jeep Cherokee.
Subscribe to the Cubs Talk podcast on iTunes or the Google Play Store today.
Tomorrow night, coming off a huge win over Seattle, your Chicago Fire back in action, hosting Colorado, trying to keep their impressive home record alive. Coverage begins at 7 on CSN Plus with Chicago Fire pregame.
A happy little dude.
Warm night at the ballpark. Cubs lead 4-3. They're going to be here the next weekend.